Do you have any regrets on how it happened and everything that's happened since then?
I don't have any regrets with anything. I'm going to compete and play 100% hard no matter who it is, like I said, or who we're playing. No, I don't have any regrets.
I have no regrets, she said, while Chennedy Carter fumbled the bag so hard she might as well be a professional juggler. After that cheap shot on Caitlin Clark, she got booted from the Chicago Sky faster than a bad DoorDash order. And guess what? Not a single team in the league picked her up. She's out here like a free trial. Nobody's hitting that subscribe button.
Comment said we can't still be doing this every year. Chennedy Carter is the reason WNBA won't take a risk on her. This is like
Back in early 2024, Chennedy Carter had exactly one viral moment in her entire career, and it wasn't because of her talent, skills, or ability to win games. No, it was because she went all in on a cheap shot push against Caitlin Clark for absolutely no reason.
There's still a bunch of buzz around that chest check that Caitlin Clark got from Sky forward Chennedy Carter. It was ruled a flagrant 1 foul after the game by the league. Bottom line, Indiana got a 1-point win.
That push was the peak of Chennedy Carter's career, and honestly, that's just tragic. Imagine your biggest highlight being a dirty play on the most popular player in the league. Not for scoring, not for winning, not for leadership, just for having an attitude problem. And now, Chennedy Carter is officially unemployed. The Chicago Sky took one look and said, yeah, we're good, dropping her like an overplayed Spotify song. No team picked her up. Nobody wants her. And just like that, she's out of the league.
I believe Chennedy Carter was let go by the Chicago Sky because of the Caitlin Clark situation. Yes, once she assaulted Caitlin Clark, I believe she signed, sealed, and delivered her future in the W, bruh. I mean, it is over.
You mean to tell me you got dropped from the dream, got a second chance with Chicago, and still couldn't get it together? Pearl, that's not the league's fault. That's your problem. Teams are over the drama, over the bad attitude, and over you playing like a Dollar Tree Kyrie Irving with no jump shot. The WNBA is a business. If you're not bringing in wins, or at least some professionalism, you're gone. And guess what? She is.
But the words that came out of her mouth right before what happened kind of made this a little uncalled for. I mean, a little is understated, but it ended up being upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul. And that was not the end of the antics for Chennedy Carter for the season.
Oh, but let's not forget how her fans kept barking about how she's got that dog in her. Yeah, she had that dog in her all right. A Chihuahua yapping at a Great Dane because she couldn't handle Caitlin Clark getting more attention. And now, that dog is unemployed, sitting at home watching the WNBA from the couch like the rest of us.
It says here, expect Pagliocco to extend these offers to Evans and Onyenwere, while Carter will be a free agent to test the market as an free to test the market as unrestricted free agent. Disguised unrestricted free agent Diamond DeShields, Izzy Harrison, Bree Turner all expected to sign elsewhere.
Karma is real, Chennedy. Carter thought she could get away with it, pushing superstars and acting like she was bigger than the game. But the basketball gods were watching, and they said, yeah, no, you gotta go.
The one thing that was never talked about in this press conference, the one thing that was never, ever mentioned was Chennedy Carter. Chennedy Carter's name was not mentioned not once. And what I don't understand is none of the journalists asked about Chennedy Carter. No one asked about it.
But let's be real. Did we really think this was going to end any other way? She had already burned bridges in Atlanta, barely contributed in Chicago, and make herself look like a straight-up hater with that viral push. Coaches don't want to deal with that, players don't want to deal with that, and front offices aren't handing out contracts just because you can pull off one behind-the-back dribble before breaking a shot. So now what? Overseas, maybe? If a team is desperate enough. But with the way Chennedy carries herself, I wouldn't be shocked if she fumbles that bag too. Maybe she can be a TikTok-uber. Maybe she can start a podcast about being misunderstood. Or maybe, just maybe, she can do some self-reflection and realize that her biggest enemy was never Caitlin Clark. It was herself.
She turned to you a little bit after the FIBA
I didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
Chennedy Carter really thought she was the main character, basking in Caitlin Clark's spotlight like a mosquito under a street lamp, milking that extra paycheck all season long. But when it came time to acknowledge Caitlin's impact, suddenly, Sis went silent like a kid who didn't study for a pop quiz. Let's rewind real quick. The second Caitlin Clark stepped foot in the WNBA, the money started rolling in, higher ratings, bigger endorsements, sold-out arenas. Everybody was cashing in, including Chennedy. She was getting paid more, playing in packed stadiums, and getting attention she never would have gotten on her own. But instead of being grateful, she chose to be petty, disrespecting Caitlyn on and off the court, refusing to answer questions about her, and acting like she wasn't benefiting from the very thing she was hating on.
Talented and as a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we made changes to our staff and we'll be making changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we want to give her the best opportunity as a free agent.
Oh, but here's where the script flips. Fast forward to now, and guess what? No team wants her. She went from cashing in to couch surfing, from full court press to pressing submit application on Indeed. She's out here on LinkedIn like former WNBA guard, open to work. See, the WNBA is a business, and businesses don't like headaches, especially ones that come with zero benefits. Chennedy wasn't a franchise player, wasn't moving merch, and wasn't putting butts in seats. The only thing she brought to the table was unnecessary drama. And now there's no seat for her at the table at all.
Mentioned this isn't the first team that she has been released from for attitude reasons. And at this point, it's looking like Chennedy Carter can be more of a problem in the locker room than an asset of it all, dog. Because we all remember this right here, bruh. This is the moment. I'm telling you, Chennedy Carter's future was done.
Let's not forget that the same Caitlin Clark she refused to acknowledge is the reason WNBA contracts got fatter this year. Chennedy was literally getting paid more because of Caitlin. That direct deposit was double C approved. Now imagine this. 1 season ago, she had a team, a salary, and a chance to turn things around. Now, she's got unemployment benefits and plenty of time to reflect. Maybe she'll finally answer those Caitlin Clark questions now.
There you go, the Caitlin Clark. She is bringing all this revenue into the league. And then what's this? Petty jealousy. People smashing her, with these hard fouls. People on the bench. Angel Reese jumps up cheering. Like, can you imagine? LeBron James jumped up. It is like so classless and like, shut up and play basketball and appreciate someone who's helping you and all your co-workers make lots more money.
Let's talk about the drama that was clearly bubbling under the surface last season with the Chicago Sky. We all saw the tension, we knew the vibes were off, and it was obvious something was going down behind the scenes. Now, Chennedy is paying the price for being the league's problem child. Teams are looking at their rosters like, do we need talent? Sure, but do we need this kind of headache? Absolutely not. And that's why Carter is currently unemployed. You hate to see it. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here changing the league. Though the NBA teams want professionals, players who actually help their teams win games, not players collecting beef like it's their full-time job. And Chennedy? She got herself blacklisted faster than a Sky fast break. This isn't her first rodeo either. Remember when she got suspended in Atlanta? Yeah, that wasn't a coincidence. This is a pattern. It's giving everywhere I go, drama follows. At some point you have to wonder, is it really everybody else? Or is it just you?
Teammates to the games, even just when we were trying to make the playoffs. It was a hard fight. Y'all know I went down. I had a foot injury, which cost a lot of games at the end of the season. We ended up losing to Washington. I didn't play. We lost to Indiana. I didn't play that game. I missed a couple of games to where, maybe if we had our whole lineup, we could have had a better outcome. But as far as that, there's a lot of just narratives being spent. And from my standpoint, I had a great time, and this was one of the best seasons that I ever had in my career. And I'm not going to allow anybody to downplay it like it went bad, because it didn't go bad. It was the best season that I've had in my life, shooting-wise, playing-wise, living-wise. It was a great experience for me personally.